At the poll. So naturally, we have a live update from our U.S. correspondent, Sherwin Bryce-Pease, who joins us live. He is in Harlem at one of the voting stations. Once again, Sherwin, a very good afternoon to you. Do tell us, what is the latest? We can see long queues. People are adamant that they're going to vote today.
Absolutely, and they've had enough time to think about the choice they need to make. You mentioned that Hillary Clinton and former President Bill Clinton voting in Chappaqua, upstate New York earlier today. Donald Trump expected to vote somewhere in Manhattan this hour. We are north of Manhattan, still Manhattan though, in Harlem, New York, and earlier we were outside the polling station, now inside. Let me just take you through the process that voters go through. You see this line behind me. You see people selecting their ballots, confirming that they are on the voters roll, confirming which district they are from. They come inside, they get their paper ballot, then they go into this polling booth over here. They have some privacy over there. No one can see what's going on. Voters have some privacy, not just to make a selection on who the President of the United States they want to see is, but also voting for state officials. They are voting for senators from the state. They're voting for members of the House of Representatives. So a three-tier election process underway. Voters then take their ballots once they've made that decision, and they go to those electronic machines over there. They submit that ballot into the electronic machine that will store that ballot until the final vote is cast today. Once that happens, those machines are then will spit out the results of the voting, and they will tabulate. But if there is a discrepancy, those machines then hold those paper ballots in case there is a recount. We don't expect that to happen in a place like New York, which is very, very blue. It's Hillary country. But in states like Florida, in states like New Hampshire, where it could be close, paper ballots in electronic machines could come into play in the election.
Sherwin, yesterday you were taking us through some of the swing states as well as the battle states. Maybe take us through some of the developments that have come out in terms of today. How have things panned out in those battle as well as swing states today?
Well, the swing states, or the battleground states as you call them, are where the focus will be today. If you look at the campaigns, the major campaigns yesterday, Donald Trump's campaign or Hillary Clinton's campaign, crisscrossing a number of the swing states, your Floridas, your New Hampshires, your Ohios, your Michigans, Minnesota. These are states that will determine who wins the Electoral College. Of course, Florida is voting right now. We've also seen trends in Florida with a surge in Latino registrations and Latino voters in the early poll. This could be a decisive blow to Donald Trump's campaign. But this is purely speculation for now. Donald Trump has said some mean things about certain groups in this country, and we're seeing record turnout at the polls. If we put two and two together, we can surmise that they are going to vote for Hillary Clinton, but we can't make that call yet. We'll be watching those results coming in. But as I say, forget about California, forget about Texas. You know that's going to go. The one's going to go Republican, the one's going to go Democrat. It's the swing states that matter today, Alicia.
Speaking of foreigners and Latinos, Sherwin, do tell us, I know you can't really talk to the voters that are behind you right now, but the foreign vote, like your Latinos, and we know that this vote picked up yesterday. What are they saying? Who are they basing all their hopes in the next presidential candidate to?
Well, I think something that we don't talk about in this election is what candidates, what voters are actually voting for, Alicia. We've framed the discussion around the fact that this is the choice between the better of two evils. The fact that people are voting for Hillary Clinton not because she's the best candidate possible or the one that they really like. It's because they're voting against Donald Trump or vice versa. And I think what has escaped a lot of people, and we were talking to some voters about this very point. We spoke to a 50-year-old black woman just outside, and she said, as a woman, I have an opportunity now to elect the first woman president of the United States. So when we talk about, Latinos, for example, and what's important to them, immigration is not the only factor that is important to Latinos. Just because Donald Trump has said that he's going to deport, undocumented immigrants in this country, they have other concerns. They want jobs. They want, they want to make history as well. They want an economy that works for everybody. So there are a number of factors that will influence everybody that votes in this election, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Latino. So I don't think we can talk about the group as a monolithic group. I think there are various interests here. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump has said some very, very interesting things about certain groups in this country, and that will see itself play out today come the close of ballots and voting later this evening.
Thank you so much for that live update from Harlem. That is Sherwin Bryce-Pease, our U.S. correspondent, with a live update on the U.S. polls that are currently taking place there.